you just control a legion of crackheads.
Marvel. Or maybe DC.
I mean, if it was a DC villain, maybe.
Actually, it is DC. Has Black Lightning season 2 on Netflix now?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh brother, this guy's
Just go work for the fucking show. Damn.
But one of the villains, essentially, that's what she does.
Controls a legion of crackheads.
She controls the legion.
Nigga, this sounds like a Luke.
No, she controls the legion of heroin addicts.
This sounds like a Luke Cage season 3 plotline.
It is.
Does she call them the dogs?
No. So there's even this season.
Is it the Paw Patrol?
No. No. This season went really weird. It's like they put a bunch of black shit. Like they have Robert Townsend in it.
What?
And,
isn't that the show that's not really written by a black guy?
I think so. And then the one shot from Living Color.
Wait, it's not written by black people? So it's like the Cleveland show of superhero shows?
I'm not sure. But
Another reason I really don't fuck with the Cleveland show.
Yeah, so that adds this point where there's like these black people and these white people in South Freeland. So basically, they had a whole race war in the show. And the black people, they're called Petey's, and the white people are called some other shit.
You hearing this out loud?
That's some wild shit,
I
dog.
know. So the main villain of the South Freeland is this white woman, and essentially her power was she could get you addicted to heroin. But she
That's not a power.
So a normal white woman.
That sound like some real shit.
Sit still, sister. What?
No, but like they're like her superpower was like heroin, and she can like put it in you, and she
knock
put it in
her
you.
ass out.
Then she can control you. And
How
then,
was she putting it into people?
like just she'll touch you and then get into
And
your
nobody was
system.
like, I should shoot her.
No, because she could control your body.
Yeah.
But it also
But
made
not
you,
at all times.
Was her name Reagan?
maybe. But once you were addicted, you got like super speed and strength and all this other shit.
Of course.
And all the black people were just regular black people. All they just walked around with shotguns and they grew weed and other crops and sold them on the black market. And they were
Oh, why the market got to be black?
All right. So they just had this 30-year turf war.
That just sounds.
Yeah, bro, it wasn't. It's not great.
That shit sounds awful. That shit sounds god awful.
It doesn't sound not great. It sounds bad.
That sounds like it's not it, Chief.
Yeah.
You can get through it.
You can like the things you like, Ashton, but that shit sounds bad.
But this is definitely it, Chief. This is episode 25 of 3-Piece Set. This is motherfucking quarter piece.
Hey.
He gets it. Shit, man. I don't even got a no spoiler. What y'all want to talk about?
First and foremost, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Nip.
Yeah, man. All money in, no money out. Did y'all, since his like passing, did y'all like on and checked out his music or anything?
Not really.
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for it to kind of like.
It's right now. It's in that phase where everybody's kind of like projecting onto him. I feel, and kind of telling you how and when to grieve. So I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna listen to my own way.
Yeah, because
Pretty much.
not ironically enough, but like Jadakiss said, dead rappers get better promotion. His streams are going up 3,000%.
I saw that.
Yeah.
And he has like the #1 album on iTunes right
And
now.
he's independent. Or he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And he owned all his own masters, so he's getting all that money.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best part about that situation.
Yeah.
Even though it's a fucked up situation, it's like, well, at least all that money is for him and his for his family.
Yeah, man.
So
It's crazy. I've been following Nipsey since like 2010.
I remember. That's like when I found out about him.
Yeah, so it's just like it's crazy that I never knew. I fuck with Nipsey Hussle, but I didn't know I fuck with him that hard. Till like I found out he passed away. I'm like,
I didn't know.
damn. Usually you get sad for a little while, you do some other shit. He's like, okay, you move on. But now, man, I've been like slick depressants.
I didn't know he had that big of like a reach. Really, like everybody like kind of knew him, but it's something you don't really realize till after he dies.
Yeah.
yeah, he was also like one of those people out there doing the right shit, like doing all the right things. So seeing that happen is like, it makes it really sad. I didn't even really listen to Nipsey Hussle. So, and I'm like, damn, this is fucked up.
Yeah, man. It was like the day I found out, I was like playing Sekiro, and I couldn't get past this one part, and I started tearing. I was like, damn, is it a video game or am I having an emotional damn? Now I'm really this emotionally attached to Nipsey Hussle. But it's crazy. I've been going back listening to like all his old mixtapes, everything like that. So it's crazy. And even with I want to say it was the Marathon. It came out in 2013. That's the mixtape he sold for $100.
I remember.
Yeah, and then he had Mailbox Money, so the year later, which was what, like $1,000. So now, and they were like all numbers. So now, like, if you have one of those mixtapes, you have like a piece of art now. That's like actual.
Did they get physical copies or was it just like you
It's
get it
physical
down?
copies. Like
Yeah.
he went there on this tour. He went to Popular Cities. $100 for the mixtape. You could buy it. But so now, if you have one of those, you actually have like a real collector's item.
Yeah, I mean, there's like people were saying he's crazy, but a lot of people bought those albums. And I think he made at least 100,000.
No, he made 100,000. Yeah,
No, Forbes did an article on him like 2013. I remember reading it. And he made like $100,000 a day.
Mm-hmm.
In like 2013 or 2014. It was a crazy. Like he knew how to make money.
Yeah, I always was like, damn, I respect the fuck out of that. That's bold. I like it.
Even from like everything he was into, from his clothing store, Victor 90, everything. Like I just been going on, like listening to his music and rewatching all his old interviews and videos. It was that, and the thing I keep hearing people say is like, "Dang, is this how I felt when Tupac died?" Which Tupac died when 96.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was 4. I had no recollection of that. But seeing this is just, it's weird. I can't see.
No, I do remember Tupac. I'm just saying.
All right. You remember Tupac dying?
Yeah.
I don't. I was a child.
Yeah, I remember the awkward shit.
What year did he die?
In 96.
Yeah, nah, nigga, I was not. Nah, I wasn't plugged into the streets like that. 4 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like what 4?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know.
Hit the streets and
That had to been a very like visceral memory. Like I remember seeing Michael Jordan playing in the 90s, but
Yeah, I remember that.
like it'll be like little things. Like I was at a park one time, and then, but I can't remember something significant like that.
I remember where I was when 9/11 happened, but not Tupac.
That's fair.
But he had just released his first single off his next upcoming album. So I wonder if they're gonna still like put it out, or if the album was finished. Or like, would y'all want to hear that? Like, not just Nipsey Hussle, but like Mac Miller. I think Madlib said him and Mac Miller have a.
Yeah, I want to hear that. I want to hear that. I really want to hear that because Mac Miller, he really branched out with his musicianship. So him plus the fact that Madlib, most people know Madlib for just making beats, but he was also like a really great musician. Most notable his album Shades of Blue, where he recreated Blue Note, the label, it was a jazz label. Back when I guess like back when jazz was like the big the actual bigger music, and so the Blue Note that label was like one of the best labels. Like Donald Byrd was on there, like all the really notable musicians were on Blue Note, and they had a very specific sound. And so he had an album where he recreated all of their best songs. He played every instrument, and most people just know him just being as a simple producer, mixing samples, but he's actually able to play instruments. And then Mac Miller also branched out and was able to play multiple instruments. So hearing them make music together would have been something like incredible. These people who are most known for just making great hip hop, also being able to branch out and make other types of music great. And yeah, that's something I would definitely want to hear.
Yeah, same.
What about you, Z? You really enjoyed Mac Miller's last album?
I think I'm on the opposite end. I don't really want to hear like posthumous albums. If that's how you say posthumous, I'm not sure. I don't know. For me, if I was
Postmortem.
No,
No.
it's not postmortem.
but I don't know. It kind of takes it away from me knowing that it's not really like the artist's vision. I mean, like it's cool hearing like unreleased music, but
Yeah, but what if it's like just done?
I mean, but they never really tell us if that's the case.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
This is true.
like all those Prince album, like all those Prince songs that was getting released. They say he had thousands of songs in the vault that he just never put out.
Yeah, but
That his
It'd be
estate
like
was to
that.
put out now.
then I think like, would the artist actually want this shit released? I don't know. And then I'm just like, is this really like part of like whatever type of image or vision they're trying to portray? Like I don't know. Like there's a reason like some of this stuff just kind of sits on the shelf for a long time, and so it's kind of hard for me to like really want to yearn to listen to music It's just that the artist himself doesn't, for whatever reason, never put out.
Yeah. To continue with this, Marvin Gaye just had a new album come out. It's I forget what it's called, but it came out. It came out right between. He made the album in between. What's Going On and like Sexual Healing, I think.
His family must be broke.
Nah, so like in the peak, in the peak of his Marvin Gayness, at the peak of his powers, he made this album, but Barry Gordy didn't want to put it out because it didn't fit his aesthetic. Because apparently Marvin Gaye, he felt like songs like Sexual Healing and R&B, things like that, he felt like that's something only black people or only black artists were forced to do. And he never wanted to do that. He wanted to sit on the stool and sing standards. He wanted to be the black Frank Sinatra. That was his goal. That's what he wanted. But Sexual Healing took off. What's Going On took off. So he's like, oh, well. And then comes up, I mean, you could do that. Or you're the biggest artist right now making this other shit.
Yeah, niggas gotta eat.
This other shit.
Nah.
Yeah,
Sexual Healing's a good track.
Right?
So like that album like just came out. So it's like it's been like 40, 50 years.
So it's like a Frank Sinatra like album.
I haven't listened to it.
All I know is
But he made it in that.
if he's trying to sound like Frank Sinatra, his manager was right. Niggas ain't trying to listen to that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to listen to that shit.
No. It could be like he made it in the midst of he's on that Run the Great album. So who knows like what it really is, what it does sound like, or why it wasn't necessarily released. So it could be that. It could be him wanting to sing different types of songs, or it could be him just going on and continuing. So, you know what I'm saying? Is that something y'all want to check out?
Yeah, I'd browse through it. Like I don't think I'll really sit with it the way I would like modern music, but I'll check it out to see how I did.
I don't know, man. That time's way past.
Yeah, there's that.
Like music is a lot of music is only good in the era, and that era is way gone. That's like artists now coming back doing reunion tours 20, 30 years later. Like it's cool to see them, but it's not still the same.
Yeah, I would say people who are more so in that age range would probably care more.
I mean, if it is truly Frank Sinatra-esque, then yeah, I guess. But I mean,
Again, I don't know.
If it really is Frank Sinatra-esque, fuck no, I don't want to.
okay. I mean, I'll listen to it for the sake of it's Marvin Gaye in his talent.
Okay. So, do y'all feel like music shit? How do you feel about music as like art? Or like put in the art, like it's in a museum or something.
Like the Library of Congress, how they induct certain music.
Yeah.
Then they just induct the Black Album in.
Yeah, but from Jay-Z, yeah.
I mean, music is art. So I'm not really sure what the question is.
So remember a while ago in Wu-Tang, they made that one album, and you got to go to like the museum to listen to it. You can only see why it was in that museum, then went to a different museum. You had to sit there with headphones.
I completely missed that.
Yeah, this happened like 20
Sounds like a really big gentrification event.
Yeah. So essentially that's what RZA was trying to do. And it's like, I think it's called Once Upon a Time in Wu-Tang. Or Once Upon a Time in Shaolin.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the one that sold for $2 million. Now Mark Shkreli, that guy when he.
Oh yeah, that one album.
That thing, that's that, right? So.
Now that guy's trying to make money. Oh my God.
So it didn't really.
Yeah, what a dickhead.
You see, he just got in solitary confinement because he was running a bunch of businesses out of jail.
Wait.
Yeah,
This
he
was like last
his
week.
Twitter account. He was conducting businesses just in jail.
With the illegal cell phone, I was like, damn, like he might be an actual villain, but he knows how to get paper. Jesus.
Yeah, shit, the grind don't stop.
It don't. A little prison ain't stop him. Anyways, sorry about that tangent.
No, you could. But yeah, Yasin Bey, aka Mos Def, his next album is called Niggas, and that's what he's doing. He's going to be in an art installation, art collection. So this is going to travel. And the only way you ever want to hear the album is when it comes. It'd be like in the Hive Museum or something. You have to go to the Hive Museum to listen to the album. You can only listen to it there. And then it goes to like the Museum of Modern Art or the African American History Museum. They're just going to travel like that all around the world.
I like the idea of it, but I feel like it's kind of forcing the idea that music is art. Mm-hmm. Mostly because modern music is just that. It's modern. Like the way art was treated. I guess like originally when you brought art to museums, art was originally just made for the church. music was originally just made for the church. Like it wasn't like there was no such thing as really like popular music. Like you might like the average person may not have ever actually heard like, you know, like in the days of Mozart, like they probably would have just, you know, maybe if they sat outside or something like that. And of course there was always like folk songs of like you know whatever culture, but it being considered art, I think that would be something very, very new, and I think that's kind of like a reason why it wouldn't be. I mean, it's still, you know, it relates. You can relate, you know, frequencies and sound, the color, and, you know, having it all mixed together is the same as a painting, but having it treated with the same respect, I like this. Like, I like the idea of it. I can see where they're going, but in general, I don't think like the modern perspective on music really respects that.
Yeah, like shit like that seems better in the sense of like a listening party as opposed to me going to the Hype Museum and waiting in line to put on like some headphones.
Yeah, I can see how that could
like
be.
that could be pretty annoying, or it would be better off if just like go on tour.
Yeah, I mean, if it was, yeah, I mean, I don't see the difference between, hey, go to the museum to listen to this music, or you can go to the show where you can listen to it the way it should. I mean, I don't think I don't think a museum would be an appropriate place to get the full experience of music. If you just put it in on headphones instead of like, hey, go to like an like I would if it was going to be in that aspect, I would rather somebody create something that you're only going to hear like this collection of songs if you go to the actual concert where they're actually developing the music for stadiums. Kind of like how like Kanye's graduation album was. That was like a stadium album. Like you're taking hip hop. I guess like hip hop was always just like something, you know, you would be just listening to on the train, in your car, or wherever. But then all of a sudden, like you can turn hip hop into like U2 makes like stadium music, like Kanye, like the way that Kanye made.
They make cell phone music.
Yeah.
Here, just take this album. Let me just put it on your iPhone.
Like make it like it's like making hip hop like a stadium album, like something that you would like you don't really fully experience unless you hear it in a stadium like place. So that's it's. I mean, music. You make it what you want it to be. So it's I generally like the idea of. Like maybe if it correlated with like it's like certain art pieces, like if not only is it an album, but you know he curated artists, like he made, let's say he did one song that's like one piece of art, and then you know you travel, you know you while you're listening to that song, you're looking at that piece of art, you know, having it in different rooms. Yeah, I mean that's there's a lot of modern artists who do that, kind of like in the Infinity Rooms, where it's like you go like you.
Yeah, that was fun. Besides, once again, all the lines.
Those lines are crazy.
You know, it's like there's, you know, artists have been, though, like it's like a Yaoi Kusama, like artists like that have been doing that for a long time. Where it's like these are just these things that you have to see, these things that you have to experience. And I guess I like the idea of like musicians being able to do something very similar to that. So I like it.
Yeah, I think it's them trying to add like value back to music.
Yeah.
Because, like, especially with streaming, you got, or even, you know, when people wasn't selling albums, it's either the music is free. And, like, why should I have to pay for any particular song, any particular aspect of music?
Yeah, I remember that take back in, I guess, like, right before streaming.
Yeah, it was like, remember that Proud Family episode?
Yeah, I guess like when you know when Napster and Morpheus.
Yeah,
and
that's what this shit was called, Napster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even that, and then I remember Chance, he did an interview. He was like, "Yeah, I don't charge for my music right now because my music, you can't put a price point on it. Like I feel like my music is more valuable than."
Isn't his album coming out soon?
Yeah, this is before he put out an album. This is when he's saying he don't think he ever actually put out a physical album.
Back when he was making like surf and shit.
Yeah. So it's it's like that. So like even now we think it's streaming, I think you get like 1/100th of a penny for every time one song is streamed. So to make like $1, you have to your songs be paid like 15,000 times or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is why you can make your song can be played 1 billion times and you make like $10,000. So it's this whole, I think, as artists, especially like legacy type artists, who want their music to be looked at as valuable. So again, even going back to a Nipsey Hussle conversation, but him putting $100 mixtape out and you owning that, now he's like, oh, I actually have this piece of art. Like his number is here is this thing I have that's tangible. And now that he's passed away, he's never gonna make this music again. That thing, that mixtape, it's only gonna appreciate and value it because you can only buy it during that run. It's not like you can go to Best Buy and have a bunch just sitting in some warehouse somewhere. Yeah, you can go on DatPiff and it's like having a
download code.
Not that a mock-up copy. You know how you can have a picture. Like, you know, it's the Mona Lisa. There's only one Mona Lisa, but you can buy a copy of it and have it in your house or something like that. It's like that. You can go on DatPiff or any of the other streaming sites. DatPiff is, and listen to the marathon and listen to Mailbox Money. But if you were one of those people who actually went out and bought it and owned it, over time that mixtape is only going to appreciate in value. So you bought it for $100. But now he's passed away, it could be worth $1,000 now. It could be worth $15,000 now. Who knows? It depends on how we look at Nipsey Hussle later on in the future. Because like you look at people rhyme books, you know, like I think Tupac's rhyme book got auctioned off for $25,000.
Yeah.
So it's like stuff like that. So if you were one of the people that double down and own that, then in 10, 15, 20 years from now, that thing is now worth something. But it's because you have the physical copy of it, you know.
Yeah.
So
just adding more weight to it. So like, you know, in the streaming world, like I guess in a way it kind of like even the playing field. Yeah. With streaming, plus the ability for just about anybody can get on iTunes now. Anybody can get on Spotify. Like all these kids making just bedroom music can now get on Spotify and get the same numbers. Yeah. On, you know, you get paid for SoundCloud, you get paid for all these other streaming, but I guess like the actual weight of the music that you're making is less than, since now everybody can make it. Yeah. Like what is truly great? What's truly great if anybody can really get a million streams?
Because like physical media is being like phased out almost, like in a sense. So basically, it's like you go streaming, and then now everybody can go streaming, like you said. So it's really just what do you put value into? Yeah. So
that's that. Right now, I really appreciate when I'm able to get like when Solange's album just drops. Like when does it come on vinyl? Like I want a physical copy. Like I don't want to see like there's different people who make different things, but I really want that on vinyl. Like I want a physical copy of that. Like I don't things like it's music that I really 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 enjoy. I want the physical copy. I guess that's like personal weight on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even then it still sounds better. Yeah. Like a CD quality, it still sounds better than MP3 quality. Like if you have buy an album on your iPhone and have it on your phone, and you went out to a Best Buy or some place that still sells CDs and bought that same album and play them, the CD quality is still going to physically sound better.
Yeah, I wish I can get into CDs.
Yeah, or vinyl too.
I mean, it's a lot to get into nowadays.
Yeah. CDs?
Yeah. So you gotta keep track of them.
Yeah, it's just the actual weight. Like when moving, I'm at the point where now I have to have like 2 boxes for my vinyl, and having to do any more than that it seems like a lot. So imagine just having you have your vinyl, and then you have your CDs, and then you have your tapes.
And nobody listens to CDs at all.
Yeah, CDs I always hate the CDs because when they scratch it, they're just ruined.
Yeah. Even with vinyl, like the more you play vinyl, it gets warmer. The sound changes a little bit. It becomes kind of warped. But like over time, it's not going to sound the same. Yeah. That's the idea with the CD. As long as you didn't scratch the CD, the first time you played it or the 100th time you played it, it's going to sound exactly the same. Yeah. The same can't be said with vinyl. The more you play it, the more distorted
makes sense.
Going to sound. You know, which is why CD is like the highest quality, but it's like the one no one cares about, which I always find ironic.
Yeah, it is. It's still less convenient, even though it's way more convenient than
the vinyl.
Yeah, it's way more convenient than vinyl. But yeah, I mean, I guess in general, with just like having physical media, it just ended with CDs. Yeah. But I mean, if I can get like one of those eventually, if I buy one of those 500 CD changers, I'll probably start getting into it.
Or niggas used to put music on thumb drives. Yeah. Back when thumb drives were a mini wave. Yeah. That did not last long at all.
Yeah. Did any of y'all have or know anybody with a mini disc?
What's a mini disc?
Mini disc is essentially it's a mix between a floppy disk and a CD.
It's like a smaller CD.
Yeah, it's a smaller CD that you can hold a lot more. It's basically you can just hold a lot more data on it. So instead of like a CD, you can probably.
I've seen those. But I never actually. It was always like When am I gonna use this?
Yeah, my dad had one, and he's actually one of the first people I knew that used an aux cord, because he used the mini he used the mini disc with when he was going around in his car. So like I knew about like aux cord, like passing the aux cord since he had that.
So your dad started that meme?
Yeah,
Nice.
essentially.
So speaking of starting memes, how do you feel about that Old Town Country Road
I
remix?
fucking love that
The
shit.
Country Crock Pot.
I hate how much I love that song. When I heard that remix, I remember I woke up.
I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
I remember I woke up in the morning. I'm gonna beat his ass. I swear to God. Interrupt me again.
Yeah, I think the day it's like that morning when the remix dropped, I listened to it like 5 times.
Yeah, when I first heard it, I didn't believe it was real because I was like, damn, this shit is Billy Ray Cyrus.
Shit, exactly. It's Billy fucking Ray.
I'm like, ooh, Billy Ray, you snapping on
He
that?
got on the beat like Future. He started
He was wearing the same hat.
started rapping about his car and his women and his money. I was like, God damn, did he just show up and stunt on all of us right now?
You know who he really stunted on? His daughter.
Yeah, he stunted on her more than any of. This is how you get black people to love you.
Just be your goddamn self.
He just showed up with his guitar, talked about the things he knew,
Yeah.
and he did it right. Yeah, but no,
Take notes.
Yeah, that is a class on allyship.
that's a nigga I've been giving a lot of spins to.
Yeah.
Even though Lil Nas X is the worst rap name I've ever.
Yeah, it really is. Like,
That shit was terrible. Apparently, he was just the Twitter nigga.
Like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, like Lil Nas Minaj or some shit.
and then just dropped a song, and then everybody fucked with it.
Blew up. He's claiming that he's doing a documentary and everything's a social experiment.
You said this whole thing's been a social experiment.
They're like, yeah, I'm an industry plant. Who cares? What are you gonna do about it? I'm like, hey, bro.
I mean, man, he still probably got a bag off of it. So.
He did say he did. I remember saw him tweeting that he had like -$5 in his Wells Fargo account like a month ago. So I'm just like, all right, well.
Yeah, and I saw him.
Cook Young.
So he literally had the #1 and #2 song in the world.
Yeah.
Old Town Road remix and then Old Town Road.
Yeah.
Was the most played song. Like it's just crazy.
Crazy. You know what's crazy? When Billy Ray Cyrus did the remix, I read that was his first one since.
Yeah, that's his first top 10 hit.
Since
my achy breaky heart.
Since the one that got this is his first one. It's like he never had like another big song
Like,
since
this is
that
his
one.
biggest
I
hit.
didn't know that was his song.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know whose song that was to
I
begin
didn't
with.
either. I didn't listen.
Yeah, you.
I
I was about to say
can't-
Achy Breaky Heart is Billy Ray Cyrus.
I can't
Yeah,
name.
exactly.
I can't name two.
I remember
Billy
that
Ray
shit from like
Cyrus
South
songs.
Park.
Yeah.
I can't. I really can't name 2 of his songs.
No.
I can't name 2
That's-
Hannah Montana songs.
That's the one. Hannah Montana? Isn't that?
Oh yeah,
That's not her song, right? Is that her song?
she wishes.
I got Molly. I got white.
A part of me
Those
makes
lyrics
me
don't make
want to
any
go back and
fucking
listen
sense.
to
Her name was
like
Miley.
what kind of music was Billy Ray Cyrus really making? Like he was, I guess, like regular. I guess was he making
Regular
like pop?
country music.
Just like pop country.
Country standard. He wasn't
but
making trap country.
why was Achy Breaky Heart kicked off the country billboards?
They said it was basically the same technicality. Like it wasn't country enough. Like I guess that song was too pop for it to be country.
Oh well, so he came back and was like, "Yo, fuck y'all."
Yeah.
Nah, all the memes about it, just about Lil Nas X riding off into the sun, off in the horizon, and coming back with a shooter and just, like 6 guns. And Billy Ray Cyrus is funny to watch.
Y'all know where Billy Ray Cyrus is from?
Kentucky.
Tennessee.
I don't know.
If he is from Tennessee, that'd be interesting why they kicked him off. Because
I
the
don't know.
way country music works, and like country music, the hub is in Nashville. So pretty much, if you're a country artist and you're not coming through the Nashville system, they don't care about you. Like if you're an artist from Texas doing country, Nashville just ignores you. Like, okay, cool, you're doing that thing over there, but all right.
But it's not country.
But it's like, well, it's country, but it's
Like
never
Atlanta
gonna,
and trap music.
yeah, it's only gonna rise so far.
He's from Flatwoods, Kentucky.
Yeah, so that's
Sounds
probably,
poor
that's
enough.
Yeah, so that's probably why he never got the shine. So unless you don't have to be from Tennessee, but as long as
If
you're
you don't
not
have
coming
that, if you don't have that grassroots support,
yeah, from Tennessee, then you're never gonna blow up.
You gotta. I guess like if you don't come here and pay your respect.
Yeah, like the Alabama Shakes, they make country music. But
Do they?
that's like.
I've listened to the
that's
entire.
like
They
alternative rock.
have one song that's just absolutely incredible. But
Yeah.
I don't know if
Don't
I
Wanna
consider
Fight
that
No
country.
More?
No, it's Give Me All Your Love.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
Like that's like I would never consider that a country song. Maybe because I don't listen to modern country, but like that song is just too. It's so like her voice is so soulful.
Shout out to Alabama Shakes.
Yeah.
but they make country music and they never get recognized in country, partly because
As long as the checks keep clearing, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the number 1, number 2 song on billboards right now.
Yeah.
He might not never have another hit, but he pioneered the trap genre, trap country genre.
Actually, I don't think so because there's always been like country rap tunes. That's something UGK came up with. Big Crit talks about that. So it was a thing there. It just wasn't. It wasn't that.
It wasn't as country as this.
Big Crit was making trap country beats. No, but not like
country.
But not like
country shit.
But like
country shit is a country
but
song.
not like country shit. Like
I wouldn't say that.
I'm talking about like country music.
It's not country
actual
song.
country music. Like there's a difference between
saying
there's a difference between being a country artist and making trap beats and being a trap artist.
No, I'm saying, but
country
like,
music.
if you ask UGK, they classify that genre of music. They make us.
No one is asking you.
No, that's that. It don't work like that.
Don't disrespect
No one's asking.
No.
I'm not disrespecting them, but no one's asking about their opinions on country
I was
music.
thinking Madrid is a big UGK.
I don't give a fuck. Who
It's that. I saw that.
Man, I'm like, it's country rap tunes. There's a difference. It's not like they're out here fucking singing about their guitar and their goddamn
Old Town Road.
and their old time. I'm gonna take my horse. To the
I don't know what the fuck those lyrics even mean.
Bro, at first I thought he was saying I'm gonna take my horse to the hotel room. I'm like, okay. I'm like, we gonna ride till I can't.
Yeah, the first time I heard it, I was like, damn, I hate how much I like this. And then I heard the remix, and I was like, god damn.
Bro, it was really,
like that shit was
all
hidden.
the memes that would come in. I got them horses in it. It was just an anime character riding on a horse standing up. I'm like, yeah, this is
horses
great.
in the back,
I just wanted to go play Red
horses
Dead.
in the front.
I wanted to be fucking Django after hearing that shit.
Yeah, that shit made me want to go play Red Dead again. I'm gonna drink my whiskey.
I think that's how it blew up because he used Red Dead Redemption as the backdrop for the song.
Yeah,
He
I thought it sounded familiar.
Yeah, so it's just like, okay. And that blew up. So it's like a meme song. And it just blew
Yeah.
up really big.
Yeah.
And started getting love. It's like, wait, no. People actually listening to this shit? What? No.
I wouldn't say it's a joke song, but if a song that is considered
It's a meme.
serious,
It's a meme song. Like
if
meme
it's
songs
good, I mean,
blow
if it's like Chocolate Rain, like if it's good enough musically, then yeah, a lot of people are gonna like it.
Yeah, like you said, I don't know if he'll ever come out with anything else.
I mean, there's no topping that.
No,
But all you need,
I mean he'll probably do like one more. He'll probably do one more song, maybe.
yeah, but
He doesn't need to, but
all you really need is one hit and you're good. I think
to be honest,
Joe Budden said that.
his entire career is one song.
Yeah, he said pump it up. He still makes $15,000 a month from that one song. That
Who
came
was
out.
playing
Bruh, Pump It Up is a huge. That's a huge early 2000
But
song.
is it just like...
It was on you. It was on you.
Okay,
Guys
but in 2019, like, is it just being played at parties? Is that where you're making all the money from? I know niggas...
I think every halftime game.
I know niggas...
Every,
just
like every NBA game, they're gonna play "Pump It Up."
no one's
No,
playing,
not the NBA. Probably on the lower levels.
8 years.
I just know no one's playing that shit on their way to work. I know it's just not sitting in people's music libraries. Nobody's like...
But they
this-
may play it at work.
Who was playing...
I don't
You're
know.
toxic.
I mean,
Explain it.
within your perspective, but it's a. I would consider. I would see somebody playing that as a gym like Zumba song, like a workout song.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I'm saying, like, in the people's everyday lives, it's just hard to fathom that he's making, like, that much off of, like, a party song.
Yeah, but yeah, he came out and said he still makes that off of one. If you have a big enough hit, that's all you need for the rest of your life.
If I go to a party and they play Pump It Up, I'm thinking about leaving, dog.
I mean, look at This Is How We Do It. It's probably it's the same thing. He did that one song, and he's probably
Right.
like I would.
That song's played every year of my life.
You get one hit.
That must be played in the white people circles. Pump It Up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Just to be honest, like yeah, that's.
Every white wedding, everything.
It's probably like those dance battle shits.
Yeah.
It's probably
It's probably on that song.
Yeah, because of You Got Served.
Yeah,
And You Got Served.
It was like, well, shit, we gotta. This was in that movie. We gotta do
Pump
it.
Up.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I think on a separate like Daz Dillinger, he did a lot of production on Tupac albums. I think on All Eyes on Me, he makes $40,000 a month.
That's why you always
off that.
you never take the upfront money. You always take the
Yeah,
royalties.
that reminds me of what you said earlier
That only
about
matters.
if you can technically make it in NFL as a practice person. Like you can achieve your dreams, technically.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, you can achieve your
Just
dreams.
need one.
You get a chance.
You get like you don't have to be the main rapper, but if
You
you like Daz Dillinger, he did production on Tupac's album. You can eat for the rest of it. You get one good song. Let's say if it was like a producer, I mean, you can get credit for like switching. If you can be the person that says, "Hey, let's switch up the snare," you can still get a production credit on that. Because like in music, there's
I'm just about to show up to the studio. Hey, bro, I don't like those chords. All right,
Yeah.
we'll take them out.
like I think it's called like it's like these sheets that write like you can write down like when you're in the studio who did what. If you get one of those credits is worth value on whatever happens in the album.
Yeah.
So if you have like if you get like one production credit on one song, like you get that, you can end up making that much money depending on how big the song is.
Yeah, they say that that's what Kanye West does. They say, you know, Kanye West has all these writers. We check his albums.
Yeah.
It's like it's really not like that. It's like if you're in the room and Kanye West, he said everyone gets a bit of production. He said like on with New Slaves, like leather black jeans on. He said somebody is like the pizza guy just came. He had on leather black jeans and Kanye's.
So we
got
got
you delivering pizza.
Can you imagine delivering
jeans?
that pizza and you get a credit for Yeezus? That'd be crazy.
So it's like, yeah, just being in the room, like you can just be sitting there drinking water.
Yeah.
If you're in the room, Kanye West is out there trying to give everyone in the room credit. So when people say like Kanye West doesn't make his own music, it's like, well, people who, you know, again, there's people who make money from Kanye West, so take that with a grain of salt.
Okay.
I read that that's kind of what happened with Bone Thugs and Harmony, why there was so much harmony. Anyway.
Not on my
But yeah,
watch.
it's like you know, it's like arguing about who did what. Because like production credits is money. Like
Yeah.
like if like let's say you know you didn't really do too much, but like you walk in and do one thing, and you know it makes it to that album, and then you didn't get credit for it. That's,
Hey, nigga, you wasn't harmonizing with us hard enough, nigga.
And that's real for us. Like even not to go back to Pump It Up, but Joe's like no, because he tells like he only gets a percentage of that because it's the sample. He said the sample takes 50%. And then Just Blaze made it, so he had to split the remaining 50% with Just Blaze. So he makes $15,000 just off of only 25%.
I wonder how much
of that
Just
song.
Blaze makes a month off of just
All the
tracks.
song, yeah, just
Off of those
man.
early 2000s video
To be
games.
A lot.
He did NBA Street Volume 2.
Yeah.
All,
Just Blaze?
But like
them-
nobody's playing those. He's not making money off those video games anymore though.
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Not those games.
Almost like let me go pick up NBA 2K4.
yeah.
I need to go dust that off and buy a new copy.
Yeah. That's what I've been
Yeah,
wanting to play.
but that's why it's important to own your masters, because you own your masters, your song gets sampled 10 years from now, you get money off that. So it's crazy.
I feel that. You know what else is crazy?
What?
What a time to be alive, too.
They need. I saw a tweet that was like they need to call it "What a Time." The number 2, "Be Alive."
Oh yeah. If they don't do that, I'd be upset.
Just
Well,
throw it
I
away.
mean, Future does a lot of drugs, so I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do
Allegedly.
He said he stopped.
that. Allegedly.
We don't know if he ever actually really even did them. For real, for real.
Yeah, but
I don't think you can put out that much greatness and not do drugs.
But I don't know. How,
Agreed.
I don't know how excited I am for it because someone tweeted Metro Boomin, how many tracks you got on What a Time to Be Alive to? He said 0.
Throw it away.
I mean, I wasn't sure I enjoyed the first one that much. Like, it was cool, but
Yeah,
it was just like
the first one sounded like a Future album, just featuring Drake.
it was just.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
they sound like a Drake album. Just
They had like
featuring Future.
didn't they have like 2 tracks that made it big off of that? Like
Yeah.
the rest of it was just like okay, you know, it's
It was
okay.
just, the rest of it was just kind of Future and then Drake
Jumpman,
trying to sound like
Jumpman.
Future.
It really was the Jumpman and then maybe Diamonds Dancing. I can't remember the track list.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like the sentiment of it.
I mean, if they end up with just like the you know the song of the summer, that's cool.
Yeah, but last time I think it was here in Atlanta in Treeside Studios. They had like 5 days. They just locked themselves in the studios for those 5 days, and that's what they came up with.
I believe that.
So I wondered,
Yeah.
like,
So I gotta get out of here, bro.
But yeah, they both was a busy. Like we had this 5-day stretch where neither one of us has shit to do. Let's knock it out.
Future's looking at his list like, hang out with kids now. I'm
No,
free.
I was gonna say Future's kid is just blowing up his phone. He's like, yeah, no, I got time. 5 days, yeah, perfect.
Y'all hear something?
I just see Future just turning off his phone.
So,
Do
so I
not
wondered,
disturb.
so I wondered this time they're gonna actually like sit down and try to make a really good album, or
I hope they don't.
is it gonna be the same?
Just
Let's just
Future's not good if he tries. I think his excellence comes from just like him being a natural scumbag, being a natural trap star, superstar,
Yeah, some
whatever
star
you wanna call
dad.
it. Like, all of his songs sound like he put 0 effort into them, and they're fucking bangers.
has he? How many women has he gotten pregnant since the last one?
0.
They-
That I know. No. He's got Bow Wow's ex-girlfriend pregnant.
All right, so it's
He,
gonna
he
be,
might.
it's gonna be
He
a good
probably
one.
has. He probably has one in the oven.
Just one more child to ignore.
There's another one in the chamber that we don't know about. I'm sure.
There's a. I mean, I wonder how many of them there are that we don't know about. 'Cause he only started doing that. It's not like he wasn't busting in women raw before he
Prior.
Yeah.
Before Racks or
No,
Racks.
Future Dad has like 5 kids.
That's not
that
enough.
we know of.
that we know.
It's not enough. He has to be prolific.
I just know he looked a woman in her eyes and convinced her to name their child after his rap name, and that's when I was like, this nigga.
He's a hero. He's a hero.
That's a real champion right there.
You look your child in the face and name it Future after your husband's rap name. Like, I don't even know what to do from that.
Sensational.
And you wonder why he's a deadbeat dad. You already gave him everything he wanted.
Hey man.
Hey, man.
Super Future.
Speaking of things we wanted, EndGame comes out next week?
The 26th.
26th? Whatever, it's going to be here soon enough.
Yeah. I'm already reading up on the Infinity Gauntlet just to draw comparisons. So
Keep
I'm
it to
excited.
yourself.
I mean,
Keep it to yourself after the movie, Josh.
I feel like there's gonna be.
Actually, in the comic.
I mean,
No one's trying to hear that shit, nerd.
Infinity War was kind of close, but it wasn't. There was a lot of things they had to do to make it fit with the universe. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be. Exact.
Yeah, all this shit. They definitely
but
can't touch.
Nobody
into
wants.
that.
Like, people want movies to be like the comics, but you really don't want that. You don't want to watch what you already know.
At this point, this far down into the MCU, like it's its own thing.
Yeah,
like, and that's just what it is.
It's all different universes. So.
Yeah, but I do think Nebula might get the kill shot.
They're gonna give it to fucking Iron Man or Captain America.
I mean, I just know the fact
They're gonna
that,
give it.
I mean, the fact that they haven't even nobody
Scarlett
even knows
Johansson.
who Adam Warlock. Nobody knows who's playing Adam Warlock.
Yeah,
the fact that they don't know who that is, it's probably going to take
You
a
think
whole
they're
lot.
gonna give them money?
Is he
You think they're
part
gonna
of the
give the?
Eternals?
So what?
Isn't he part of the Eternals?
Adam Warlock? I don't know.
So I think Nebula is gonna have a big role because the movie's 3 fucking hours, which is amazing. We're gonna be in that theater all night. But
I'm grabbing some coffee. I'm grabbing some
if there's
edibles.
one thing I
It's going
know
down.
about Hollywood, they're not gonna give the money shot to a woman of color. That's not gonna happen. I don't care what color she is. They're not gonna give it to her.
Not on my
But
watch.
Speaking about like Angelina Jolie is gonna be in the Eternals. They already announced that. Other characters.
Really?
In the Eternals. Yeah. So
I
actually,
mean, if they're doing that, I can't imagine that they're going to introduce a lot of things with this film. I feel like there's going to be a lot of surprises.
I'm starting to
I
get
actually
superhero
think-
fatigue.
I mean, it's 3 hours and we know who we have to
you
kill.
said you have superhero fatigue?
I'm starting to like with all the spin-offs and everything. Like it's starting to
Like they don't. I don't
They're
think they have
they're
enough.
doubling, tripling down into the
They don't have enough star power to carry the film with who they have now with the survivors. It just can't. They can't make a 3-hour movie with them. They just can't. So there has to be so much more that they're just they can't even tell
Nah,
us.
they could carry that shit.
No,
Either way,
Yes.
Either way, they already know we're gonna sit down regardless.
I feel like it's not.
Iron Man,
It's not
Captain
gonna.
America.
Bro,
What?
I'm not
Just
trying
the
to be honest.
Avengers
I'm not trying to see Civil War Part 2. Like it's Endgame.
Part 2? No, they're in fucking space. They were in
Bruh.
quantum.
This is
Nah,
like
they're fighting
They gotta
Thanos.
they gotta do way more.
I'm not saying they're not going to do way more, but like the
beat
shit
your
that
ass.
we
do they even know where Thanos is?
something.
yeah, he's on Titan too.
Look, man. Hey, we'll figure that out.
Hey,
man.
exactly.
We have
Who
3
cares?
We got 3 hours. Go
fucking
find
hours.
him. Go find him.
This nigga's over here playing Stardew Valley on his Switch, just like goddamn,
Like
enjoying the beer.
Spent 2 hours just trying to figure out how they're gonna beat.
How they're-
Thanos. And then the last hour could just be. They have an hour long.
No, when
fight.
you-
There's probably
Yeah,
30
no.
minutes of Black Widow up there shooting targets.
When
like,
you
you
really
know
think
what?
about it, it's a heist movie. It's just a bunch of niggas planning how they're gonna rob.
This is
Thanos.
Ocean 16
It's just they're all planning how they're gonna go to Thanos' house and rob
and
him.
rock his shit.
That's literally beat him up and rob him. This is a straight up crime movie.
Yeah.
They're not doing any of that
Hey,
shit.
Uh,
give me that gauntlet,
But
fuck nigga.
I actually think they're gonna
Ant-Man getting
introduce
his
the
ass.
next big bad in this movie.
The next big bad.
Yeah,
Good
like, you know,
luck.
Thanos has been the guy pulling the strings.
Yeah, they hit that
Damn
Thanos a
different.
long time ago.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
the start out. So this is going to be the end of Thanos, so they have to have another big.
Because they hinted at Thanos.
Who could it possibly? I'm
Galactus?
trying to think.
They hinted at Thanos in the
Yeah,
Avengers
yeah,
1. I remember that.
And then that'd be good because then they
There's
they have to bring in-
like, see,
they
you're
have to
going
bring
into
in X-Men.
They
the
could,
cosmic element,
but, like,
so we got to bring in the cosmic energy.
Or maybe they might just
But
make
like,
it a little more simple.
but Thanos washes Galactus.
Maybe they hint
He
it.
does. He
Maybe they start hinting
No.
at X-Men stuff. I
It
don't
does-
know.
Yeah,
it
it doesn't matter.
I hope
We're gonna see what.
They can
like I said, there's going to be
They can hint that.
there's going to be big things that are going to be happening that we
Doctor
just don't know
Doom,
yet.
Fantastic
Yeah.
Four.
Thought it was gonna be before.
Yeah.
They still can put Hydra at the ass. And
Yeah.
what Hydra's been doing.
I mean,
Oh,
They-
Yeah, some of the
yes,
lesser villains might pull
They
back
destroyed
together and be
Hydra,
like,
though.
here.
No one wants to watch Hydra again.
Yeah, fuck.
They already
no.
destroyed
I mean,
it like
I
twice.
say they could take off.
Yeah, I mean, we're moving away from Captain America. We don't need Hydra again.
Yeah, that was his thing. No one else gave a shit about Hydra.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Nazis. Ooh.
But yeah, so I do. They have to introduce the next big bad though. Like
I think they're gonna hint at him. I wouldn't be
it's gonna be
surprised.
like the third after credit scene, like 5 minutes after the Marvel logo shows.
Yeah, and we're just sitting there picking up our pieces.
I think it's either gonna be like something to do with X-Men or like Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom would actually be a really good villain.
I really would like to see a Doctor Doom.
Like Doctor Doom would be a really good villain to like actually carry the series.
Yeah, Doctor Doom is such a dick. He's in general as a person. He was just
we need a good on-screen portrayal of Doctor Doom.
He was like super rich too and like super powerful, so he'd make a perfect villain that could carry a series for a while.
Yeah. And it's just like the X-Men. Like we still haven't seen that really good Fantastic Four movie.
I don't think anybody was really
seen some
wanting
good X-Men movies.
I mean,
Fantastic for a while.
But we never got that X-Men movie that was like, yes.
Maybe because I never really understood the Fantastic Four, because the only Fantastic Four that I knew was from the TV show, and the TV show was very local. It was very, terrestrial New York, but the Fantastic Four were actually out there doing shit.
So like in the comics, like Black Panther actually like is a leader of the Fantastic Four for a while and shit like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if they introduced in Johnny Storm and Sue Storm and Mr. Fantastic and all that shit. Because Spider-Man also teams up with them a bunch too. Yeah. And it makes sense to help carry the franchise. Because I mean, they're gonna Captain America and Iron Man can't carry it for the next 10 years. It's gonna be Spider-Man.
Yeah, they're back. They're back.
I consider the same way they used Iron Man in Spider-Man: Homecoming. The Peltdown movie come along. I can see them using Black Panther or Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four to bring those movies.
Yeah, if they kind of like forego the whole origin story, like movie aspect,
which I think they're going to do. Because
I hope like
they didn't do it with Spider-Man because we seen that reboot so many times. We know the Fantastic Four.
It's just like, hey, here's a kid. He has a villain. Yeah. Tony Stark. Boom.
So yeah, I think they can do that. I trust Marvel to do that. I'll say.
Yeah, I'm looking forward.
Do you think there'll be more Captain Marvels?
I mean, they're gonna make 2 more of them for sure.
Definitely. 2 more.
Like she's not in a contract. I think everybody who signs a contract has at least a 3-movie deal.
Yeah. It's like nigga, when we
3 solo movie deals or 3 you're in this movie deals?
I think 3 solo.
Okay.
Yeah. 3. I think like Black Panthers, 3 Spider-Man.
Oh, just like a
Captain
franchise.
Americas. Because I think Chadwick Boseman has a 5-movie deal, of which 3 of them are Black Panther movies, and the other 2 was Civil War and Infinity War, EndGame. Well, he's dead. So
he's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He can still do. He can get 2 more knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he wants to. I don't know. He's already looked exhausted after Black Panther 1. He was not expecting it to become that big of a cultural phenomenon.
He was like, "Damn, this is my biggest."
After 2 months after Wakanda.
Can you just imagine that Black Panther check and then like another one and then
that gets bigger?
Another one. Yeah, no. The thing is, like, artists or not actors make a lot in that first origin movie, but they don't make as much as like you would think. I know they said Wonder Woman made $300,000 for the Wonder Woman movie, but like the second movie and third movie is where they really started to make the real money. So it'd be really dumb to just leave that money on the table.
Yeah, like you gotta keep that contract going because at this point, Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans are getting fucking paid.
They're getting paid. They're getting paid enough where they can just walk away from this shit now.
Yeah.
But like first movie, you're not making that much. The fact that Wonder Woman only made $300,000 off a movie that made $1 billion.
Yeah. So
wait, she only made $300,000 off a $1 billion movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
like the first movie, that's like an opportunity for you. Like that's, I guess that's how they.
It's like, yeah, you better nail this.
It's like, nigga, it's either if you don't want this opportunity of a lifetime, well, somebody else does.
Yeah. So like Robert Downey Jr., he actually backed his way into Captain America: Civil War because he was in the movie originally, but not as much. And he pretty much is that, if you want me to do any of these other movies, you're gonna make me a bigger role in this. So that's why Captain America: Civil War is virtually an Iron Man movie.
All right, the Winter Soldier. To be honest, okay, cool. The Winter Soldier's gonna kill your parents. What?
I saw a tweet there. Like, you remember when Captain America and Winter Soldier, or when Iron Man found out that the Winter Soldier killed his parents, and then Captain America and Winter Soldier jumped up because he got mad about it.
That's a real New York thing to do.
Like what?
They're like, what you mad about? And it's in the past. Forget about it.
Really, I mean, that's really straight up what he said. It's like, yo, that's old shit.
Like, he didn't really do it.
It's like, why are you still bitching about it?
He was like the gun.
But back to your point about actors not even get paid for their first iteration of a movie. I know with Get Out, I think Daniel Kaluuya and Lil Rel and all of them, they didn't get paid that much.
The budget wasn't that big.
Yeah, they got paid like $10,000, $20,000 for the movie.
I mean, the budget was so small.
But what they did, how they got
and they weren't big either,
because they offered a back end, so they all of them got a percentage of the movie on the back end of it. Well, we don't know how the movie only costs like $1 million to make, but however much over that, you're gonna get a percentage of that. So when the movie went on to make $30, $40, $50 million, they all got that percentage.
Which is why you always take the royalties.
Yeah, so that was
Go for the long money.
The Netflix is making the Witcher series, and Henry Cavill, the guy who played Superman, who quit Superman to be in that show, or the Witcher's based off of a video game, and the original, I think the video game is based off of a book.
Yeah, it's based off of a book.
And they offered when they made the video game, they offered the author royalty money or take money up front, and took the money up front. And they tried to sue and try to get his royalties after the fact. And they're like, nah, nigga, like, you have to
Yeah, I remember the big thing on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, nah, fam, we got you.
And like, now it's being made into a movie. It's been like 3 video games. Like, he's not seeing any of that.
Yeah, man. Like, when Pusha T, when he wrote the jingle for McDonald's, yeah. They said they paid him like $500,000.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
He's like, damn, just imagine how long they used it.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
How much money,
Bricks.
how much money he really could have been making.
Yeah.
But now he says,
But like,
he made the Arby's one. We got the meats. That's what she said. Yeah. So every time that thing is played,
We got
just
the Coke.
Do you think all of his jingles he just replaces like wherever he will make a Coke reference, he would just insert food.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. They're just like, all right, we'll do the rest from here. Thank you.
Better drive real smooth when them fries be on.
Oh man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Dog, speaking of Netflix, y'all been seeing this Cowboy Bebop shit?
Yes. Sir.
The Cowboy Bebop live
like the
action.
casting?
Yeah. I wasn't a fan of it until I saw the casting. I was like, maybe they can make it happen.
I'm gonna
We'll see.
withhold judgment till like actually like see the trailers for it.
Yeah, I want to see what it's hitting on, like, because with a show like Cowboy Bebop, it's not.
It's very hard to do.
It's hard to do, but like you have the technology and the means to do it. It really just boils down to execution.
It's like,
I mean, I can imagine. I don't want it to end up being like the Full Metal Alchemist adaptation.
Oh God, no.
Like everything, it's like
I didn't even
technically-
watch that.
Like when you watch the trailer,
I
it's
tried to
like
watch it,
everything
it
is
was
there,
bad.
but when you actually watch the movie, it's like this doesn't. It just does. The worst part of the only thing that's bad about
Full Metal.
it just doesn't.
Alchemist.
wait, is it a cowboy TV show or a movie?
I think it's supposed to be.
It's a TV show.
See, the problem with
Like a miniseries.
like a limited series.
I think so.
The
Like it's not
problem is-
one set. I think they talk about it as if it's a movie, but it's gonna be split into episodes.
I just like Cowboy Bebop. The show was so like abstract.
Yeah.
But like when you have a show with
It's
live action people, you can't just have like a very abstract.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's an anime show that did a lot of anime shit.
Yeah,
So
it's super
like-
episodic, but it's also like really Western in its score.
Yeah, it was, but it's just like it had a very, very, very loose plot. You can't do that with a live action show. The characters just kind of relax. Well, I guess you can with like
Yeah,
Atlanta.
it's like, okay, this episode we're hungry. Like, all right, this episode let's go get this guy. His bounty looks pretty high.
It makes sense if they did it like similar like Atlanta. Like that's the only show I can think of that has been successful with a very loose plot.
Yeah,
But isn't the guy who directed Cowboy Bebop the anime? Isn't that have a lot of its original people working on the show?
yeah.
Yeah. So
Like it's like they have the pieces to make this good. Like I said, it just boils down to execution.
And just whether or not it translates to be.
Are they going to be able to pull this off?
Yeah.
They also have that new anime coming on Netflix on the 10th. It's like called Carole.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
the one with the black girl lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Featuring some Atlanta natives. So
Who are the Atlanta natives, Josh?
They are this the lead singer of they both formed together. It's Nate Bricks, and
Yeah.
it's I can't remember. Yeah, Nate Bricks and this other guy that we know, Sensei Bueno, Atlanta people who make music here. I've been catching a lot of their shows.
Yeah, their
when
shows
they
are
first started
always pretty
performing. So it's really amazing to see that they came up. And they just ended up on a fucking anime. So congratulations to them. I'm
it's,
definitely gonna be checking it out.
Shinichiro Watanabe, the dude that did Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo.
Yeah, I saw I follow him on Instagram, and then he posted that picture. It's like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And then now finally seeing that the show was coming out, I'm like, yo, I cannot wait for this show to come out. Because it's like, yo, these are people that however long ago you're just chilling, just having a conversation with them, and then all of a sudden they working with anime legends.
Yeah, like some of the biggest Western anime, or anime that's in the West.
All right. So what do we have to do to get a voice cameo on this show?
Yeah, exactly.
How
Yeah.
can
What
how
do
can
we
be
need
Jesus-
to do?
How can we be Jesus and Mero and fucking that shit y'all Neo Yokio?
Yeah, what amount of clout do we need to acquire?
We need everybody to go like and subscribe. And
Yeah.
tweet us, mention us, tag us and shit.
At Carol the Anime.
Yeah, so fuck with us. At Netflix, just at Netflix for us. Be like, yo, you're.
Hey, did y'all get a chance to see the new the Joker trailer?
Oh, you mean Atlanta season
You mean
3?
Sad Boys Entertainment? Yeah, that I can see like what they're trying to do, but that shit's enough for me, dog.
It's pretty boring. The only thing that would make me go see it is Zazie Beetz.
It looks like just like an emotional piece, like it's just a movie that just happens to be the Joker.
Like, yeah, son just got his ass beat the entire trailer.
Just Sad Boys
Because he's wearing
Entertainment.
tidy whities.
I just remember like there's a scene where he's like at a fence and he's putting his fingers in Bruce Wayne's mouth as a kid. I'm like, why is he touching that fucking child?
What
yeah,
the
And he's like forcing a smile on Bruce Wayne's face when his like fingers are in his mouth, and I'm just like,
Oh, so that was Bruce Wayne.
yeah.
They're making up a mass shooter.
I was like, where is Alfred? Somebody get this guy.
He needs
out
an
of here.
adult.
This guy is touching a child.
But yeah, besides having Zazie Beetz and
Brian Tyree Henry.
yeah, but again, that guy is getting the motherfucking bag.
Yeah, he's got that small role game on. But
He got that shit in a headlock. The Dr. Dre
That whole
headlock.
cast has been eating since Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he can eventually become like a Samuel L. Jackson, where he just has so many great
He's
roles?
too fat.
I mean, he can lose weight.
He'd have to lose weight. Samuel L. Jackson eventually became a lead role.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I believe he has a chance to become a lead role.
Yeah,
I can
but
see him
if he
becoming
has
a
the
lead
next
role,
one.
but I mean Samuel L. Jackson is in his own.
if Chris Pratt can
stratosphere.
become a main billing like action star, Brian Tyree Henry could become like a main action star,
I can see him doing that.
or just like a lead role in general. Like
But-
Chris Pratt's been on some of the biggest movies on the planet.
Yeah, why?
Because he lost weight. Like that's literally it. He lost weight and he was in Jurassic Park,
His name-
Jurassic Park 2,
His name's Chris.
Infinity War,
Yeah,
and
he
Guardians
has
of
the
the Galaxy. Like
qualifications.
4 movies that like made over $1 billion.
White guy named Chris.
Yeah, he probably just
And
picked,
he had
he probably
abs.
just picked at random. Like, oh, these kept
Hey, you're on Parks and Rec. Come on,
Give
down.
me the Chris list.
He's like, we need a Chris.
The
It's less
christening.
expensive.
We need a less expensive Chris.
Give me a Chris type. I don't know.
Yeah, but the joke, it looks interesting. I like the colors used, how it's shot. It doesn't. I could see it being dark, but again, Buddy look like a victim.
This looks like a mommy.
It looks
movie,
it
dog.
looks boring to me. Like
It does. And
That
it's-
trailer had me bored.
And
as
it's not
fuck.
that I need like a slapstick action type of movie, but that just looks like it's just a very emotional piece with nothing really to do with anything. It just really looks like a movie, and it just happens to be set in Gotham. Like that's really it. And that's just not the type of movie I'd watch regardless.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of like the idea of who the Joker is. It's like the idea that he can really be anybody, and it became.
But like they're creating their whole like separate origin story for him too.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be part of DC Dark, which is supposed to be like, yeah, this is our dark shit. But then I heard they got rid of it.
DC doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, dog.
They
Yeah.
don't.
I also saw
They're
that
playing
Idris-
it by ear.
Idris
Yeah,
Elba,
but-
who's supposed to replace Deadshot, is not supposed to be in Suicide Squad, but as an unknown role, out of respect for Will Smith. Like they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
They might make him. What was it, Golden Tiger or Bronze Tiger or some shit?
Yeah,
I don't want to see that shit.
they
Yeah.
could do that.
Oh.
But I don't think I would necessarily. If somebody was like, "Hey, do you want to go see Joker?" I'd go, but I wouldn't go on my own accord.
That's
Fair.
fair.
Would you go see
I don't think I see it in theaters.
a live action Akira movie?
No,
No.
don't do it.
It has to
Just
be
don't.
very
It's
high.
Just
already.
don't do it.
It's already
It has
coming.
to be very.
They're
high.
already working on
It
it.
has to be very high budget.
It has the same director as Thor Ragnarok, and it's being.
Oh God, no!
It's being
just stop it. Just stop it. Pull the plug.
Thor Ragnarok.
Yes,
Dog, that's gotta have like
Akira.
to do Akira. You gotta put a lot of money into that.
Like no,
That's
no.
it's being produced by Leonardo DiCaprio.
Actually,
Oh,
yeah.
I
Pull the
definitely-
plug.
I don't want to
Jesus
see that
Christ.
shit. Who?
Okay, all right. I actually have an excerpt of like
What good movie has Leonardo DiCaprio
they've
produced?
already changed like the backstory and shit.
Why would
So-
you do that?
Kaneda and Tetsuo are brothers now.
Okay.
It's got the military
Okay.
theme. They found out that Tetsuo has like psychic powers
Like,
or
is
some
this
shit.
Stranger Things?
Wait. Is this the same one that came out? I remember this story from like a long time ago.
How old?
And
are
they dropped the casting for it, and I was just like, what the fuck is this?
How old are they supposed to be in this?
I don't know.
Like
Kaneda's a bar owner in
man.
Neo
So they're
Manhattan.
The entire
Neo Manhattan.
The entire
Neo
thing was that they
Manhattan.
were that they were kids. Like
Not
that's
even Neo Tokyo.
Neo Manhattan.
no, just stop it. Just
A bar
stop it.
owner.
I'm not-
Just
I'm
stop
not-
it.
it's
Just
not-
stop it.
it's
You
a-
Yeah,
can't- no.
Like at first I was like, this could be, but like after seeing that and looking over I was like, bro, this is gonna be
a
garbage.
shit show.
Oh, fam. Like
Just stop it.
Just stop it.
Akira.
It makes me want to go watch Akira and like
Akira was so good because the Olympics were going on in Tokyo in 2020 because it's set in 2020, and the Olympics are going to be in Tokyo in 2020.
In 2020.
I was like, this shit just lined up too perfectly. Nah, it's not.
So, I mean, hopefully it doesn't line up too perfectly.
That shit happened in Japan.
I just remember, damn, I wanted a fucking motorcycle so fucking
So bad, bro. I wanted that leather.
motorcycle.
I wanted
That
that red
red
leather
Actually,
coat, bro. That shit.
I wonder if they can get Kanye West to do the score for it. Because he said he cited Akira. Stronger is based off the movie Akira.
Oh yeah.
He said Akira is one of his.
I wouldn't say
That's
the
probably
score,
only-
not the
that's
score.
probably like his own-
Kanye
only
can't,
anime.
He can't do scores. But if he did original music for it, that'd be different.
Maybe if they just threw Stronger in there.
Yeah, I mean, if he got him on like
If they don't
the
use
Yeezus
Stronger,
on the
I'd be upset.
Yeezus vein for the soundtrack, then yeah, that'd be decent.
That would make sense. Yeah, Jesus would fit the best.
Speaking of Kanye, I heard he's going to do his Sunday services at Coachella.
Oh my God,
What?
that's a reason to go.
Yeah,
That's a
Are
reason
you
to go.
fucking kidding me?
yeah.
That's a reason to go.
He's doing the calculations.
I'm not happy about that.
David, you forced my hand.
And
Pulls
then
up
he's doing
Coachella,
it on-
buys
and then
tickets.
I think he's just doing it on Sunday.
Oh
So
my God.
It is on Easter
Damn, so
Sunday.
you can't even have
It's
Chick-fil-A that day.
It's in California, so no, you're not gonna have Chick-fil-A in the West Coast.
They got
Man,
Chick-fil-A.
my
They got like
God.
one.
Yeah.
Just oh my God.
Nah, the
So-
lines for that are probably gonna be crazy. Niggas gonna be camping out the night before.
Yeah.
I'd catch the live stream for that.
Yeah, for sure.
It was crazy.
Oh yeah.
Originally, he was supposed to like headline that day, but he backed out because he wanted to build a dome, and they were just like, "Bruh, you
Let him build
Like-
his fucking dome.
Like nigga, you wildin'.
You can't
Why
build a
not?
dome.
Can't or
Give him a fucking
Tap
dome.
into the wall budget.
Nah, dog. If they can fucking make a hologram of Tupac perform, they can build a dome.
They can build a dome for Kanye West.
But it was just
It's
like,
probably cheaper to build the dome.
yeah, it probably was, but it said they have to build a dome, and then everyone else. He wanted that to be his stage, so it wasn't everyone's going to perform a dome. It was
Okay.
just, it's Kanye West's dome.
Who else is performing that weekend? Beyonce? No. Okay.
Yeah, who's on Sunday? That's like Ariana Grande's day. Yeah, fuck
her,
her. Gives
too.
a fuck. That was the
She's
one
still,
day.
I think she's still headlining.
I mean,
think this is just going to go on.
Nigga,
I mean, of course she's still headlining,
I
but
don't know
like
how anybody goes to Ariana Grande. Concert.
that would be the set where it's like, all right, it's time for us to go. Like
No,
my crew on me, we
Now,
out.
I wonder if they're going to stream this one. It's going to be on YouTube.
I hope so. I watched this set on Can't Vlog now, and that's really good. When Kids See Ghosts perform.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cuddy. Yeah, he's supposed to be working on some new shit.
So if you were on the fence or wasn't going to Coachella, did this one move you closer to like, all right, I might go.
If I would have actually, if I
If I knew in
were,
advance,
if I would have like, I'll probably.
if like this was known like back when before the tickets went on sale, maybe.
maybe
But now it's
because I was already like, would I actually go to Coachella? I did the
Because
numbers.
this is like the
But
people they got coming.
It's way too
it's what
late
I
now.
wanna
Like,
see.
if you're buying Coachella tickets now, like you just got money, dog.
You better get whacked.
You just got
Yeah.
like this is just nothing to you.
So do y'all like the ideas of festivals and more like hip hop centric festivals? Because Dreamville just had theirs this past weekend, and Raleigh, North Carolina, they have 40,000
Oh yeah, the
people in it.
Dreamville Fest. I mean,
And
but
if
who
you
was
had
there?
Tidal, you could stream it.
I'm not saying I
Who's there
slept on
other
it.
than like
but-
Dreamville?
I mean,
there's just Dreamville
when-
artists?
SZA, Nelly.
So I saw SZA perform live last month or February, and that shit was really good. I was like, this is way too good. Like compared to the Twitter videos I saw, I was just
Yeah.
very.
Well,
Very
yeah.
scared.
She said her vocal cords were damaged. So
No,
singing.
don't use that excuse now.
Either way, she should have stopped
I
fucking
caped
singing.
for SZA for weeks.
yeah,
Now
you were
think
just
it's
white knighting.
She's
Please,
not gonna
SZA.
give you the pussy. She's not gonna give you the pussy, bro.
just a crumb, please.
Just crumb of pussy, please.
No, yeah.
Just a smidgen. I'll be.
Yeah. I don't know about like hip hop centric festivals, but I think the most I would like to see more Camp Vlogmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they have like an ideal lineup.
Yeah,
And
like
even Pharrell for his festival, something.
Oh,
like that.
something in the water. Yeah.
that's. I mean, I feel like that's really great just because it's for.
I feel like everybody's just doing a music festival now.
You might
Yeah.
as well, right?
Because
You see Firefest, Doc. You might as well.
Yeah, it's like everybody's like, I can do that, but better.
yeah, but you have all this money. Like, let's say I think tickets for Dreamville was like $100. Like for the basic ticket, and you have 40,000 people. So they just get the basic ticket plus you gotta spend
Everything else?
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, concessions, merchandise. That's where you really get your
And
money.
then, like I said, it was streamed.
And
Live.
yeah.
It was streamed live on Tidal, so I'm sure Tidal threw them a bag for that.
I keep forgetting J. Cole signed to Jay-Z.
Yeah.
It's Hove.
But
I like the idea of all these festivals popping up, but I feel like I wish a lot of them were curated better.
Yeah, festivals are a lot to like commit to sometimes. Like you got to be there all day, stand around.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like they leave you exhausted, dog. And I'm definitely
So
not
I
trying
got to
to
really
do that
like want to
camping
see certain
shit.
people.
yeah, it's like
And I don't want to see half of Dreamville.
Yeah, it can't be one name that just sells on the
It can't just be J. Cole and Dreamville at a festival. Like they got to bring outside.
Yeah,
niggas.
unless it's like here. It's like all right.
I'm not
Yeah,
going.
I really wish there were more festivals here. Like there is space for it. It's just like if you, I feel like if you can film here, why aren't there?
Atlanta doesn't do good music fest.
They could.
They could, but they don't. It was the last good one they did.
Maybe the Outcast show.
Yeah, that's the
Outlast?
And that wasn't really like a fest. It was just like a long concert.
It was like one concert. It was like, oh shit, tickets sold out. Let's make.
Let's
make two more.
Was Tomorrowland here? It was huge. It was like the huge EDM fest. I
Oh
think it was
yeah,
here.
wasn't that one year like it got rained out? Yeah.
Yeah, and then Counterpoint was not. I mean, Counterpoint was the first official Outkast reunion in Georgia, but I think there was there was a lot of people there. Like I remember J. Cole was there, Early Jameson was there, Major Lazer was there. There was a lot of really good acts there, but Counterpoint was another one that was great.
Wasn't Cudi there too?
No, Cudi wasn't there.
Yeah,
There
nah,
wasn't?
dog. This Dreamville Fest lineup is cool, but that's not enough for me to go to North Carolina for. Also, the fuck wants to go to North Carolina? That's the worst
Nobody.
fucking place, dog.
No, there's South Carolina. South Carolina exists.
It's all one Carolina.
It's all one Carolina.
Honestly. Y'all think any states are ever gonna fuse?
I mean,
No, states talking about breaking up.
Yeah.
California was a breakup in 3
I know
states.
exactly. Like I don't want to fuck up our ratio of having 50 states. You feel
Then
me?
you gotta get a new flag shirt.
Exactly. Like I want my flag. I like the way it is with 50 stars and 13 bars.
I don't know, dog. I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah.
You're on your own on this one, my guy. We're gonna get Puerto Rico up in here eventually.
Exactly. And when that happens, North Carolina and South Carolina just needed to fuse back to one Carolina. Right?
No, but West
One
Virginia,
giant
Virginia.
racist Carolina.
They can do that.
Yeah,
too. It don't matter which one.
What's the point of West Virginia?
Nah.
It don't matter which one does it, as long as one of them
I
do
feel
it.
like if one of them does it, they're gonna be like, that whole secession thing wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Maybe we do need more states' rights.
Maybe we should bring that shit back. huh?
That was it actually.
What do you need?
We need states' rights.
Virginia wanted to separate from America, and West Virginia was like, the people of West Virginia were like, no, we kind of like it up here.
Yeah, we kind of like not having slaves.
Which is a misnomer, because there's still slaves in the Union. There's still states in the Union that had slaves.
Yeah.
Shout out to Maryland, Kansas.
Kansas. Who the fuck goes to Kansas?
Are we shutting them out for that? For finessing?
What is there to do in Kansas? Like for real? Like
You know,
die, cook meth.
Watch Game of Thrones.
we'd be a Blue Jays fan. No, Blue Jays.
Nigga, I can watch your baseball on TV.
Some of the basketball team.
Fuck you, Kansas. Fuck Kansas.
Yeah, fuck Kansas. That's why we watch
You
Game of
go to
Thrones.
I'm
Wichita.
indifferent.
Wichita, Kansas, and do what?
Get
What is
lynched.
in Wichita? How many people? What are like 12 people there?
Fuck.
It's like, dude,
Fuck.
Wichita, Kansas.
I'm on you yesterday, Kansas. Fuck you.
I feel like there's a lot of like sundown towns in Kansas.
Kansas is like one of those states. Like I don't know exactly where it's at.
Somewhere in the
Like
middle.
it could be in the middle.
Any
or
of
it could
our
be,
listeners in Kansas,
It's somewhere over there.
fuck with us. Send us an itinerary for if we
I don't
pulled
know.
up to
I don't
Kansas.
wanna
What's
hear
an
that.
average? What's an
Fuck you.
average day in Kansas? In a big, even if it's in a big city.
Wait, what is
Y'all
it?
shut
What's the
down.
big? What's the
What is
biggest city?
capital of Kansas?
When you finally
I think
listen to
it's
this,
I think it's Wichita.
when you finally listen to this on your tape recorder in Kansas, please let us know. You piece of shit.
No, we just gotta beep them in Morse code.
Smoke signal.
You gotta send them a
I
telegram.
think I'm like, these niggas can read.
Who gave them permission?
Dear Kansas, stop. Let us know how you're living. Stop. How is the morale? Stop.
You're just gonna get back the N-word. Stop.
Apparently, Kansas has some really hot wings.
All right, shout out to Kansas.
And then wings.
Shouts out to hot wings. Yeah, There must be some
So
black
nice.
people.
No, did we actually have a listener from Kansas? Who was that?
No, it was just saying. Apparently, Kansas has some really hot.
Who's
wings,
saying that?
I mean, I'm not about to put niggas government
Oh,
out there.
fuck them. They're from Kansas.
In Kansas Interpol? You sleep
What
agent?
did Kansas do to you?
I just don't like it. That's all it is. If it serves no purpose. It's just one of those states in the middle.
Yeah, if you're a state in the South that ain't doing shit, off rip, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are like the middle pack of states. All kind of suck.
Arkansas.
If you're
fuck
not like on the coast, if you landlocked, you trash.
Yeah,
For real, for real.
Georgia be trash if we didn't have Atlanta. But
No. That is not true.
That's not true.
no one gives a fuck about Savannah, my guys. But
Savannah's arguably the most important state.
you don't even know what it is.
State.
Yes.
Look, man, that's that education for you.
Yeah, that is Shadow County Public Schools.
Alright. Thanks for proving my point. I'm just probably
Nah, man, Savannah's the first city established in the state of Georgia.
I'm just mad
This is true.
because in 5th grade they made us take these tests where we had to memorize all the states, and I was like, I'm not doing this shit, and I kept failing all the tests. And it was always like the middle states where nobody knew what the fuck they were because they had no purpose to anything that would always cause me to fail.
Yeah.
And
Nobody
more-
likes
I
Florida
still
states.
remember. I can probably get a good 45 states.
More of the story is.
Oh no, I was.
Then and now I can
to be
just
honest,
plot a
I was
fucking
an
map.
ace in geography. So
Yeah, we had to have. We had
This nigga said he was an ace in geography. You goddamn geography.
Yeah,
Geography.
yeah,
yeah, I was
States
like
and
yeah,
their
like
capitals?
maps. I was like
Yeah,
that was
we had to do
that
the
shit.
same thing.
Like till this day, I know what Helena's the capital of Montana.
But like, I just never memorized it because, like, my nigga, I have a map. Like, there's a map. Back then, too. Like, there's a map. There's a globe in the fucking classroom. It's such a useless skill.
Like I remember my little sister. She's in college now. She didn't know how to read an analog clock.
What?
You don't need to.
She's like, yeah. She's like, I never used one of these a day in my life.
They
Like,
phase-
I mean,
they
ideally,
phase those
until
shits
you
out
do.
like CDs.
But it just, there's no point in them. Like, we don't read fucking sundials anymore. Like, that's not a thing.
I mean, yeah, it's not a
Yeah, I can't deny that one.
Man, fuck elementary school. I remember trying to...
Fuck elementary school, yeah.
Yeah, it's like cursive. Like there's
Yeah,
no
I
point.
was just about
There's,
to say cursive.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
they
like-
made us learn cursive. Same way we
Remember,
did.
no,
People
remember the only time I ever had to use cursive, we took the SAT. You had to copy that paragraph
In cursive?
and I couldn't remember how to do a G.
Nigga, that was...
Damn, can never know how to do a G.
That was not on my SAT.
That shit was,
That was on
bro.
yours. That was on
Yeah,
ours.
there was at least
There's-
one test where it's like you had to write it.
there's-
It was like,
There's
write
a
this
paragraph.
this section that I will not cheat. I am who I say I am.
Yeah,
in cursive.
in cursive, and sign your name.
I don't remember that.
You probably repressed it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Dog, I was up there. I'm like, man,
To be honest, I was.
fuck, I
was
forgot
the
how
only
to do
reason
this.
I write cursive so well is because I was beaten to know it in Texas.
with the Bible.
Yeah, they was like, yo, if you don't learn cursive, then they're gonna kill you.
I just thought they were...
That's essentially what they told us. Like in high school, they're literally going to.
They're gonna hang.
They're
They're
gonna
gonna
be-
hang you by your boots.
They're gonna abuse you if you don't learn cursive.
Yeah.
I just
That's what
remember
they told me.
They're
in
gonna take you to the
elementary
Old
school,
Town
they're just
Road.
like, in middle school and upwards, you're always going to use cursive the rest of like your life. You're going to learn. Like at the middle school, I was like,
No,
what the
like
fuck is this?
yeah,
shit?
I came up with Texas use a lot of fear tactics, so that's pretty much how I learned everything.
You know,
Damn, that's crazy.
you know, Texas actually dictates what the rest of the South learns because they sell so many school
The
books just
graphing
to
calculators.
Texas.
Yeah,
So
the
many school
McGraw
books just
Hill.
to Texas.
Yeah, that's a damn
That's a
Texas
southern
name.
Yeah, they
It's a
sell so
plantation
many.
name.
They sell so many books just to Texas alone. So whatever Texas wants to say is their standard. Essentially, that's what the rest of the. So when Texas try to take slavery out of their,
Tried.
yeah, like they never referenced slavery. They just taught black people. Yeah, they just came over and worked for free.
Yeah, slaves.
Like they try to.
There are a couple of the good ones. All right, that's all we're saying.
But so, is anybody excited about Stranger Things season 3?
No, I mean I'm currently watching season 2. I'm not excited about season 3.
It's, 'cause Stranger Things kind of comes and goes.
They're gonna keep adding more love triangles.
It's just watching some kids grow up at this point.
I mean, I'm excited for the soundtrack.
Yeah, did you see?
Yeah.
I read that they actually they didn't think they'd get approved for season 2. So originally they were going to kill 11 off in season 1.
I mean,
but she's supposed to die at the end of
when
season
you look
1.
at season 1, it
Yeah.
makes sense. Like, it looks like a show that should have been one season. Like, it's a very complete ending.
Yeah,
like
and
she
then-
was dead.
And then they gave him a season 2. There's like, all right.
Season 2 wasn't necessary. to
At
be
this
honest.
point, all this shit going on.
I enjoyed it though.
all this shit going on that they've gone through. Move out of the fucking town, dog.
Honestly.
Move out.
Yeah,
Well,
like why are you
especially-
still in the same house?
Your kid was in the fucking other dimension for like 2 months. Move. Like, and then more shit happened to him. Get out of there. What? You are a horrible mother.
Dog, that one kid, Mike, like his whole family is trash. Like his sister's trash, he's trash. His dad is trash.
His father voted for Reagan.
His mom was trying to fuck us.
That's how I knew when I saw that image that they had the little picket sign with the Reagan and Bush in '84. It's like, nah.
Was Mike the main character?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, his family was. His sister was leaning on like two niggas. Leaning on my nigga Steve.
Yeah, bro.
Steve
my nigga Steve
all
didn't
those
deserve
kids.
that.
He didn't.
No, Steve was a dick.
No, he was a dick
in season one.
And then
season one.
And then he becomes the greatest babysitter of all time.
Of all time.
I was like, man.
He's like, hey, man. My girl out here giving
his girl out here cheating on him. He's babysitting all these kids with a baseball bat.
So
she did get.
They had the most useless story arc. Like, what were they trying to accomplish?
Steve didn't deserve that. King.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit in there.
She got her homegirl killed. She got Barb killed. Like,
she did get Barb.
Trying to get some dick.
Yeah, she did get her killed trying to get some. Yeah, there's a lesson in that.
And she let on the nerd guy while she was dating Steve, and cheated on Steve with the nerd dude.
Yeah. That dude's easily 40. Like, also, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a school shoot.
Also, that guy the house they did it in, that was really creepy. To be honest,
what?
That guy was a real creep.
He was like he was watching it like, yo, I'm gonna.
No, the dude, like the guy, because like they did it at the conspiracy theorists, they did it at his house, and the dude was like, y'all can use my back room to fuck.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It's like, yo, those are minors.
Yeah, like my guy. Somebody called the cop.
Just like because both of them, they had to have been like what 17 at the most.
He had
17.
He had a camera in there.
Hey, trust me,
in any other real life scenario, like, yo, kids, go fuck in my room. There's a camera in the room. Like, come on.
Yeah.
The dark side of Stranger Things.
Umbrella Academy season 2.
I couldn't get through season 1.
Sign me up.
I haven't watched season 1.
I enjoyed season 1. Sign me up.
All right. What about the new season of Top Boy?
What the fuck, bro?
Oh yeah, that.
What is Top Boy?
It's
British.
Are they finally going to get a gun?
It's like the British Wire.
No.
That sounds stupid.
No.
What is it?
That's not the Wire.
That's not a good comparison.
What is a comparison?
It's about niggas. It's about gangsters.
I mean,
in England.
Essentially, he's right, but it's just
there's no guns because you can't have guns.
It's very hard for me to take gangsters in England seriously.
So it's like they walk around with knives. And
I'm going to ship you.
Like getting stabbed. That's like the big threat. But the thing is,
gotta take a nigga with a knife.
Drake like not bought it, but he's like an executive producer.
I remember
on the
he
show.
released I saw a Twitter moment that he released a trailer for it, and I didn't read that.
Yeah, so now it's like, is he actually going to be in season 3? Is this like
he's going to be the villain?
Is this his reemergence in the acting?
This is his power.
Let's hope not.
The season Top Boy season 3 is coming out.
Top Boy is going to be Drake's power.
I just need Drake to just go away for like 5 years.
All right, and She's Gotta Have It season 2 is coming out on May 24th. Anybody excited?
I'll watch it.
I never even,
but I don't necessarily care.
Same.
The first episode is really bad, corny.
Yeah, then I'm not gonna.
It gets better past that, but that first episode is.
See, watching it, I was like, man, I've dealt with women like this, dog.
Yeah.
And I just continued watching it like this.
So
just like
one of those women are trash shows.
No, the thing is, it's a movie written by a bunch of like older people that's trying to relate to younger people. So it's a bunch of 40-year-olds trying to write like 20-year-olds, trying to appeal to a bunch of 20-year-olds. Like it's like #truth, #woke. It's like no one talks like that.
You never said hashtag before you said the comment?
No.
I think everybody had a year where they were doing that.
No, dog.
Hashtag winning.
I remember there was a time though where everyone was saying YOLO, like that was a real thing, and we should all accept that part of our history because it definitely happened.
All right,
just leave it in the past.
We were Georgia State students. Crossing the street every day was YOLO.
Still, like that became very unpopular very quickly.
It did,
and we all said it.
You're right. People are gonna bite onto like stupid trends. It's just what happens.
Hashtag YOLO.
All right. So, we all have a Netflix here, right?
Yeah.
Is there any way you guys think Netflix can improve?
Do you work for Netflix?
No, I'm asking. I'm asking.
Nigga's an industry plant.
Yo, where's that check?
You holding out on this guy?
Hey man.
I mean, the only thing. I mean, they're.
I'm asking because with all these new streaming sites popping up, like what's keeping you at Netflix besides the fact that you're already.
Netflix needs to live stream. many people live stream like sporting events and stuff like that on Hulu.
Like Hulu can.
Like whatever platform can give you like all in one, everything.
Or a playlist and sharing.
Yeah.
Playlist and sharing.
If they get more into their interactive side.
Or like see what your friends are watching.
Yeah.
Which is actually surprising they don't do that already. Somebody should hire me. Anyways, I don't know.
But do you think it's if there was a site that came up that offered all of these things, you think that would make you make the jump?
Nigga, are you trying to advertise the Disney streaming service?
You're trying to advertise
To be honest,
CBS.
if the Disney streaming service did have that, then I'd honestly think about it.
No,
It's-
Apple TV is going to
Disney
be the
does
thing
own
that comes
ESPN.
through.
No,
So what?
Disney owns ESPN.
Yeah.
And that's for Hulu.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I'll see when it comes out, because they have so much.
No, because I'm thinking that's what Apple's streaming service, which they already announced is coming out. They already do all these things with Apple Music, so it will only make sense that they incorporate all those things that work for Apple Music for their other streaming site onto their television streaming site.
We'll see, because I don't do I don't have Amazon Prime anymore, so I might just use that to just go ahead and switch over to Disney. Since because I had Amazon Prime and I never used it. Like I used it to watch SpongeBob.
Like Prime Video.
Yeah. I basically just used it to watch SpongeBob.
Do you use like actual Amazon Prime for
No.
shit?
Nah.
Do you have Twitch Prime?
I did, I guess.
Do you still have it?
I have to check.
I mean, because if you do, you got that free sub. You know what I'm saying? You can drop that on the.
Sure, okay. I'll be sure to check that.
Yeah, but that's really it. Just thinking about what more and more like people coming to like even what CBS, they have their own streaming service, which is the only place you can watch the Twilight Zone, which they put the first episode out on YouTube. I guess to kind of draw you in.
YouTube Red?
No, just YouTube.
Red
It's
too?
free. Like
Somebody say red too.
Perks
you
up.
can literally just go on YouTube and watch the first episode of the Twilight Zone.
That's cool.
So, yeah, me and Dre watched it earlier. What'd you think of it?
It was straight. It appealed to my sensibilities by there was a couple of attractive women in there, and they piqued my interest definitely. But there's a lot of it was basically about a comedian, and he has a death note essentially.
Yeah, it's like anybody he made fun of and he said their name, that person would just disappear.
They would disappear. They would
Donald
get.
Trump.
Yeah, he made those references.
But he had to have some personal connection to them.
Yeah, I think he had to have at least met them.
Yeah.
And then,
And
hey,
so-
what's your name?
Yeah.
Like, I got your. It's like I got your name. I got your face.
The whole idea was like
You've acknowledged
to
me.
become a successful comedian, you had to like talk about your personal life. But every time you talk about your personal life, you lost something in your personal life. And then at the end, he got me to this point. It was like, damn, I can go full on and get rid of the last person that means something to me, or I can make fun of myself and I'll disappear. And then,
Or just not do comedy.
It's the
Yeah,
whole
like
time
this-
I'm watching.
I feel like there's more.
Yeah.
I'm like,
at some point, I was like, you know what? This is fun. I'm gonna go get a job.
Yes, that's essentially what it was.
Let me fill out this application. Let me update my resume real
Like, how
quick.
many niggas you gotta murder for you're like, maybe I need a new profession?
I guess it starts off with like he fucks up like the first person he does it on is like his girlfriend's nephew.
Well, his dog. You wasn't there.
Oh.
It was his dog. That he named Cat.
Wow, this guy's hilarious.
Wow. So he
wonder
did
he
it
was
on
a
the dog
struggling
first and
comedian.
still went and did it on the nephew. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a
'Cause he didn't know.
He's a dirtbag.
Because he went home after he made the dog disappear. He was like, "Yeah, what happens to our dog?" It's like, and his girlfriend's like, "We don't have a dog." And then it's like, "What? Yes, we do have a dog." They're just putting up signs, and yeah.
Yeah, next step. Let's try it with a family member.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then that happened. And then he was like, "What the?" And he's like, "Oh my god, what the fuck?"
Well, I get like after
Like,
that,
I
it's
my
like, well, I
And then
guess
and then he went on this tear when he just did people that were mean to him. So any girlfriend that broke his heart or someone that bullied him from like 5th grade.
What type of fucking...
yeah.
He-
I mean,
he literally
it
was-
showed him
he was
looking
literally
these
just going
people
on
up,
Facebook
and they look like
and
pieces
just
of
writing
shit.
names down in the book. And he
What
was
type
just
of fucking cuck is this? This is Death Note?
Basically,
yeah, essentially it was definitely.
Death Note without like being good.
But it was good. It was shot really well. It made me. It was like one of those weird episodes of Atlanta, but not as good.
Well, that doesn't sound promising.
It's worth a watch. I'll put it like that.
Yeah. It's worth checking out.
It's on YouTube. So
Yeah.
You can't
I
be
watched
bad.
it because it was free,
That's fair.
but I don't know. It wasn't good enough.
Oh no, I'm definitely
episode
not
to be like-
paying bread for another fucking subscription service for like
Yeah,
for CBS.
The market's oversaturated now.
No, fuck no.
But that's what happens when we all get rid of one thing.
Exactly, and when nobody goes to pick these shits up, they're gonna learn their fucking lesson.
Like, eventually-
That's if y'all don't go out here and spend your money on that bullshit.
Okay.
I'm just saying, bro. You
Yeah,
gotta
they-
vote with your wallet.
No, eventually cables will just become amazing.
What?
Cables will become amazing again.
Why?
Because they have to. They
They're
have no
gonna
other
have
choice.
to. They're going to drop their
Or they're
prices.
gonna-
They're
or
going
they're
to
gonna
offer a
fail.
lot more shit.
I doubt it.
They're gonna fail. I don't think they can afford to drop their prices that much. I mean, they keep people locked into contracts, which is great, but the amount of infrastructure that goes into cable compared to the amount of infrastructure that goes into streaming is.
I mean, put it this way: like they're gonna have to do something. Because Comcast is now offering cell phone services.
Probably just gonna merge with somebody and then merge with somebody else. That's how businesses stay alive nowadays.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Let's hope they learn something.
That's solid. You better get anything else you want to add? Any one more thing?
Fuck Kansas.
Fuck Kansas. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck King Nappy.
Who?
Is he in Kansas?
No, he could be. He's in Arizona actually.
Same thing. Don't even get me started on Arizona.
Nah. So in like the Pokemon YouTube community, it basically came out that a bunch of these people were like pedophiles, and doing a bunch of weird shit.
Well,
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wait, the Pokemon YouTube community is full of weird niggas? That's
Ooh, would have
crazy.
thought.
damn, that's crazy.
I wouldn't expect that.
Not the
At all.
Pokemon YouTube community. That's such a not niche market. What?
I mean, if anybody that I feel like that I can trust, it would be,
Yeah.
YouTube.
The adults who subscribe to a YouTube channel about kid stuff. What? They're pedophiles?
No way. Damn, that's crazy.
Anyway, I said fuck Nappy.
I don't know. Is that like the king of the pedophiles?
Yeah, he had like over 500,000 subscribers. Like, you could argue he was the Pokemon YouTube community.
And his
There
name
were
is
other-
King.
there are other
His name
big-
is King Nappy.
Yeah,
Is
Is
he
he
was a
black?
pedophile?
yeah, he was like, he's like, not roughly our, he's like roughly our age.
And he's like alleged in an incident or something?
Yeah, like people have come out and said, apparently he's bisexual. People come like, yeah, he was like 21 or 25, and I was 16 at the time, and he's tried to groom, like pretty much he tried to groom people into being like in relationships with them. But it was like he's in Arizona, but these people be like in England or in Canada or somewhere else in the world. So it's just like,
Yikes.
And then he was convinced-
There's a creep factor though.
Does anybody have a brighter one more thing to leave off on?
I said fuck him.
It's still dark. Yeah, let's cut this shit. This is one episode.
Yeah, so as always, you can follow me on Twitter at SpeedwagonX for quality, wholesome content. You can follow us all collectively at 3P Set Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and check us out on YouTube. We post videos over there as well. Zenwa, where can the folks find you?
You can find me on Twitter at _spiritgun
On the Old Town Road.
on the Old Town Road. And I will 100% run anybody from Kansas a fade if they want it. So get at me.
Fair. Josh, where can we locate you?
I know Jones everywhere, including the Old Town Road.
Also including the Old Town Road. Spectacular. Ashton,
Ashton Stampede.
since you're not on Pokey2.
Nah.
Anymore.
I was following that man for years. It's just, shit hurt.
Mm-hmm. Now we all looking at you funny.
Yeah, shit, I'll look at me. I'll looking at me funny. But yeah, man. Ashton Stampede on Twitter, Ace on 10 everywhere else. Once again, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. All money in, no money out.
As always, it's a No It's Good production.